How about this for an alternative? I mean, we talk about Tesla, and pretty much every other EV manufacturer that's out there, they've been putting the batteries down in the floor of the car. Low center of gravity, skateboard style design is what they call it. You just plop the car on top of it. All the weight, all the batteries are down on the floor.
You also get a frunk.
You get a frunk.
Yeah.
Now, does it always have to be that way? You have a group imagining an alternative, saying that there are some downsides to having the batteries down in the floor. For one, the driving position, the headroom, the type of designs that you can do because you're inhibited by this one component having to be down there. And so and also range. And so this group, what do they go by? Page Roberts is a London-based startup, claims it can improve EV range by 30% with this unconventional design. Now, what they did here is they put the batteries in between the front and back seats and mounted vertically. And so it looks like the rear seats face backwards. The front seats obviously face frontwards. And the batteries, they sit in between those two. So the backs of the seats are up against it. I don't know, does this give you tremendously more room? It doesn't look like it, but I'm sure they did the math on whatever greater capabilities they have here. They're not competing with other items down there in the floor region. There are some downsides, I can imagine. One of the things people touted with the electric cars is that having that low center of gravity really makes the car feel planted.
Right.
Like for handling and whatnot. So if you get the weight up higher, maybe there's less of that. Although I imagine, just based on this article, that the group that designed it was imagining it in a more, maybe in a less sporty car, maybe in a more mass production, people mover type of scenario. Yeah, the design isn't for any EV. It works best with small electric cars, more specifically sleek and sporty 4-seat vehicles. Okay. Because of the design's low height and short wheelbase. So I guess they feel like they could get the roof line a little bit lower because you're not competing with so much material on the floor. Because I don't know about you, but if you ever travel past like a Model Y or a Model X, it's
a tall boy.
It's a sailboat.